Hell yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so we are, if you are seeing this, we have crossed 1,000 plays.
Oh my god.
And you will be seeing this.
If you're not seeing this, one or more of us
we
are
quit
dead.
and bad things happen. Like, if one way or another, this is getting released. But yeah, if you never see this, then we really fucked up somewhere in the next like 2 weeks. But
in literally the next 8 days, we have destroyed our reputation.
We got canceled on Twitter for something.
Whatever.
Who the fuck knows?
The scandal that happened, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that.
I would like to apologize. I'm sorry, and I'm sorry to all of the women affected by what I've done. I'd like to apologize to your families as well.
The YouTube apology.
I didn't mean it.
Hey guys,
I'm so sorry.
I didn't think I'd have to come to this, but
oh bloody hell! But yes, this is Q&A for 1,000 plays, which for a first year of a podcast our size is, well, it's not even the first year.
It's not even the first year. Like, if it comes out in the
9
next couple
months.
weeks. Yeah.
9 months we've been doing this. Like,
at the time of recording this, we're at like 945 plays, and it's been like 9 months.
Yeah.
Like, huge numbers for...
No, less than that. 7 months.
September, October, we started posting.
Mm-hmm.
No, October 17th was Wild Wild West 1.
Yep.
So
8 months.
Yeah.
9 months. I can't count.
None of us can, don't worry. But yeah, it's all thanks to you who listen to us every week. You know, crazy that you just want to listen to 4 absolute morons.
Yeah. Honestly, I feel like you could be doing better stuff with your time, but I'm glad you're hanging out with us.
Go ahead, Kyle.
It does mean a lot because, I mean, we've all put a lot into this just with time, effort, just everything we've done individually. It's been a real big team effort for everybody. Yeah, it's cool to be a part of something that people are actually enjoying. So cool. Thank you. Appreciate it. Mm-hmm. Big Preach fan.
We've all put in 3 bodily fluids, and you guys can guess which one. Which ones?
Wow.
Yeah.
Matt was the only one who put in a bodily fluid, and none of us told him.
Yeah, he put in 4, which is weird. I don't know what the 4th one was.
I'm not going to say what I was going to say, and you're all welcome for not saying it.
It's
blood,
piss, guys.
sweat, tears,
the joke is piss.
milk. Oh, it was piss? I thought you had started lactating. My apologies.
No, not quite yet.
He's practicing, though. He's trying to get there.
I believe in you.
Okay, so is everybody ready for the questions?
I am super excited. Like, Niall's the only one who's, if he's read them, he's the only one. So
I've read
all of these answers are going to be totally off the dome. Yeah.
And I've not thought of any of the answers to any of the questions. So
perfect. This is going to go
That's
great.
not actually a surprise coming from you.
Okay. So our first question is from Noodle. And he asks, how did you determine the universe each player DM'd, and why did they choose that? Little kisses, big wishes, and then a love heart emoticon afterwards.
I love that guy.
He's such a nice dude.
Noodle.
Yes, hi Noodle. It feels like so long. We started talking about the separate campaigns in like July, August last year.
Yeah, honestly, like there was no coordination really between. Like it was already intended to be 4 completely different things. Like obviously, we didn't want to do like 2 fantasy or 2 of any something too similar, and we all just sort of came at it as like, hey, I have this crack shit idea. Like, sound cool? Cool, let's do it. Fuck it.
that was really, and the changes that have happened. All happened in the moment. When you've heard them, that's when it's happened for us.
Yep.
Wild Wild West was supposed to be like 4 days in the timeline.
I'm sure we'll get there at some point. I can't
really
imagine
gotten away from me.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure mine was just an idea I had a long time ago that I had written down in a notes on my phone, and I was like, "Oh, sick! People would love this." and apparently people do enjoy it.
Yeah, I mean, I love Diesel Punk as a setting, and I thought World War II would be really cool. I really love the games. Oh shit, Iron Brigade. It's a World War II ish Diesel Punk style tower defense mecha game, which is a really weird combinations of word to say, but it's one of my favorite games of all time. You're on these weird little mobile trenches and you fight the tubes, which are just television based enemies. By that I mean physically they are television, like they have heads of tight TVs.
Sounds horrifying. I'm not gonna lie to you.
It's really fun. It's so fun. God, is it? It's one of my favorite games.
I know, at least for me, the initial idea for North Sinnoh came from a 3.5 minute song that I listened to. And I really liked it. And I'm like, I think I can make something about this. And 3 days later, I just sent to the group, hey guys, here's 60 pages of lore. Have fun.
Yeah, I remember when Matt was writing that, we were playing a different game together, and he was like, hey, listen to this song and tell me what you think. And I was like, oh my God, you're a madman. And he spit it out so
Matt,
fast, and it was so coherent.
You've been sitting on North Sinnoh for a while, haven't you? Because I remember you bringing it to the TRT server a long time ago.
Yeah. If Riley and I had been playing in the other show that I had, I've probably been sitting on North Sinnoh for like at least a year, maybe. I don't think a year and a half, but like definitely more than a year. I've been sitting on like the basic idea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, we'd originally talked about co-DMing North Sinnoh instead of doing all of this.
Yeah,
which would have been a different sort of adventure. But
I look back today and read the exact message I got sent when Kyle messaged me saying, I think you'd really enjoy being part of this. It's going to be co-DM'd by Ryan Matt. And I was like, hell yeah, fucking put me in, coach. and here we are now, like 8-9 months later. Well, a year later, because it'll be a year next month from when we started streaming North Sinnoh. Campaign 0, which, again, is a very crazy thing to think about.
Yeah.
Insane.
This is the most organized group of tabletop RPG players I've ever had.
Not only that, but it's genuinely the most consistent. Like, even like my high school, like maybe my high school group, because we would just get together after school on a Wednesday. But like consistently in a campaign, I mean, we played a new campaign every three sessions with that one. So like we were just too busy making characters to fuck around with rather than following any story. But yeah, this is the longest running game I've been in for sure.
100%.
It's fun.
It is.
Next question.
Yeah, so hopefully that answers your question, Noodle. I've had to skip a few because we had some multi-questions there that we'll save to the end.
Oh God.
So this is from a secret admirer with a winky face.
Oh, I think that's me.
Well, we'll leave that one for later then, Matt. This is from Hale.
Okay.
They ask, if you could go back and add a scene to the game you're running, even if it wouldn't have been good radio or wouldn't fit in the plot, what would you have liked to see play out? Which I think is a really good question, because
it is. We got to remember where really people are at.
Yeah, that's the hard question, because
where we're going to record. Yeah. As of the time of recording, we're 2 days away from dropping Final Hope 8. So I feel like we need to answer based on where we were at that point.
Based off of that?
Because we don't want to go forward.
God, yeah. For them,
For Axis and Allies, go ahead. Oh. So for Axis and Allies, I would have liked to. Honestly, if we were doing a more like this game wasn't a once a month thing, trying to keep like pace with that, I would have loved to do a lot more character development like we did in episode 3. just because I generally love those episodes, and I would have liked to see a lot more, like, especially like just like one more scene from each of the characters to build them up a little bit. Like, where did Cordelia come from? It's expanding on, it's come out, the Rex and his time in the British military, just stuff like that would have been, and maybe we will at some point. As of today, we haven't recorded any of those scenes, but I'm sure we'll have more downtime at some point.
Yeah, it's been very go in all the campaigns for a while now. For us particularly, but for you guys,
the next few episodes dropping, the 10s through 12s are basically an entire 3-episode block of action for all of them. It's crazy.
Yeah. I think for North Sinnoh, I definitely first of all, as a DM, but somebody who like runs a game that people listen to, I feel like especially in the beginning, I've kind of like pushed everybody on like, all right, here's where we got to be. And I know for the most part, everybody's kind of cool with like, we're doing this for radio as opposed to like a home game, where I would probably give Kyle, to your point, like a lot more character development. I know for Guinan, Brutus, and Clyde, episode 1, I just kind of like threw you guys in the world, and I did like a little bit of exposition, but I would have liked to throw in some more development like earlier into the campaign.
And we do get there, especially in the one I just edited. So I don't know if this will come out before or after NS8. So I'm not going to say anything specific, but we do. It's another flashback episode that we learn a lot more about the characters for.
I feel like
which are the like really like the hard hitting, impactful. Two of the 3 flashbacks.
Yeah.
In the context of a game like yours, though, Matt, I feel like it makes more sense for the listeners to learn as the other player characters learn, because then it makes it more impactful. Especially, well, like in the episode that's coming up, like some of the stuff that, well, I can't really say anything, to be fair. Never mind, scratch that.
Yeah, we don't know if this is going to come out before or after NS8. It might be safe to talk about, it might not, but we'll play it safe.
Yeah, it's stuff that like the listener learns as you're learning about these characters, and it, well, it's like in episode 3 is when we learn about Guinan's sex story, about
to be fair,
Clyde's upbringing. Guinan's dad's sex story.
Let's be
Brutus being a bodyguard, and Clyde's upbringing. For 3 people who've just met, like literally the day before, that's a very impactful thing to be like talking about, like very open things, and as open as for the level that they're at that point. I feel like you connect more as a listener.
Yeah.
Right, you have. What could you possibly want more than what we've given you?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, given the incredibly hard left turn that my game took, I mean, like, to some extent with my consent, it was...
Yeah, you didn't have to yes anything.
No, I didn't have to yes and it. But I did, and I put myself in this position where I was then very glad that you guys were all so stupid and hadn't explored any of the clues or any of the world. And I was like, okay, I can actually do something with this, because they still have no fucking idea what's going on. Thank God.
Yeah, we really played right into it.
Yeah, I mean, there was like one scene when you originally went to the Coolidge Mansion, before you met Dolly and Reba. Or I guess it was after, on your way back to the Coolidge Mansion, when you stopped in and it was empty. I had something planned if you guys had explored it a little bit more than you did.
I feel like if we didn't have a currently dying lady, we might have.
Yeah.
But we were on a bit of a time.
I wasn't expecting things to go the way that they did, clearly.
Yeah.
And that's
I'm a loose
okay.
cannon.
I don't think I don't think the game is any worse off for you not seeing that. And I think
Mhm.
now in hindsight, you all know that there would have been something crazy to find there. And that was before the left turn. And
Mhm.
I would have played myself into a corner if you had found what you were supposed to find there.
Yeah.
So it would have been really interesting from like a plot standpoint from the original story. But to be honest, I'm really glad that you guys didn't.
For Final Hope, I have several scenes that I would like to add in. Just being a bit more descriptive with the planets. I write a lot of lore for the planets that the characters visit, and then I do not describe them nearly enough. We don't go anywhere, and like for the next week's we're recording the next batch of Final Hope
Ooh, that is
episodes
next
next
week.
week.
Yes,
I
I'm
have
looking forward to this.
I have written out the lore for 5 different planets to show these guys for them to decide where we go next, and
Hell yeah.
that's 5 sets of lore of stuff that I might never get to see again. And especially with my campaign, where it's such like everybody else's campaign, they take place in places that people know, in air quotes. Japan, Sinnoh, stuff like that, places where you can actually, it's a smaller scale area, and then mine's like, yeah, we're gonna go flying through space.
Yeah, I also want it on the record that out of those 5 planets, I'm just going to ask you which planet has aliens with the biggest tits, and that's where my vote's going to be.
Yeah, I know that. I know that.
Okay, I just wanted you to be sure.
Yeah,
Wasn't that? Oh, I can't say that shit.
Nope, you can't say that. Ha ha.
Fuck.
Yeah, so we've got, for mine, maybe even just spending a bit more time on the planets. I understand that I'm trying to like have my episodes be like, oh, this is an episode of Power Rangers, so the 2 episodes are supposed to be technically one, where it's like, oh, there's a beginning, there's a problem, there's a resolution, and there's like a little breakaway where people chat. But I feel like maybe like with Cameron when he was on, I feel like if we had a bit more time with tabs,
Yeah,
I feel like stuff like that would expand.
it'd be fun to, now that we're sort of more established, maybe go back and see tabs or something like that at some point.
Maybe we'll have to
Because
see.
a lot's happened.
Cameron, wink, wink. Expect a DM soon. But yeah, that is my wish for a new scene.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if we can answer this one.
We'll ask it either way. I'm just curious.
So this is from Odin. Hi, Odin.
Hi, Odin.
Looking at the next seasons, will all the games be continuing as is, or are you thinking about running different things?
We can answer.
I feel
part
like we
of
can
that.
answer that to an extent.
Yeah.
So this is subject to change, at least I assume for the 4 of us. This is subject to change just depending on what happens in the current campaign, and like when we end, and like what we decide to do. But I know for me, I, at least right now, am planning on doing a sequel to one of the 4 campaigns. That's all I'm going to say.
Mm-hmm.
But I think everybody else, at least from what I've heard, I think the rest of y'all are like doing your own thing. So there may be callbacks to the first season, but I don't think it's going to be kind of the same like shared universe or multiverse that we're doing for season 1.
Yeah, I know. I've only thought about it a little bit because I try to not put too much effort into something that's in the future. So but as far as what I have planned, my season 2 is going to be very different. Totally separate, its own thing.
Yeah, mine's 180 from what we've got right now. Mine's as much as mine is Heroes now. my next campaign is 180 degrees. We're going the opposite way, and that's all I can say. But yeah, that's about it.
Mm-hmm.
But there's one that's been mentioned in passing between one of the four of us, and I'm so psyched if that one does come out.
Oh, the season 2?
It will.
Yeah, and you all know which one I'm talking about.
I feel like that's because
it could be any of them. I don't know which one you're the most excited for.
It could be any of them.
You've been hyped for all the ones we've talked about.
If you know me, you know which one I'm the most hyped about.
Yeah, it's happening. I've done a lot of lore writing. Don't even worry about it.
Okay, I had a feeling it was that.
Kids were going to be eating good when this season 2's come out.
Yeah, and honestly, season 2, I'm excited for as well, because we'll know what we're doing, so we can start off with a little bit better of a bang rather than our first episodes here. We were sort of flailing around trying to figure ourselves out.
Yeah,
I mean, our first pack of 2 episodes that we recorded for each of us was, oh God, it's rough, but they came out good. But holy shit, we were all nervous. We didn't know what we were doing. Like now we know how much we can push each other a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's a lot of it too.
Mm. Yeah, I mean that first pack, I mean honestly, even the second go rounds for all of ours, I feel like we were still kind of figuring out who we were, like who we are as role players in the context of the 4 of us. But now that we've been doing this for so long, we kind of know we know where what our niches are, where how to throw each other bones, essentially.
Yeah, pretty much. I think the hardest thing for me, so I'm not sure about you guys, to learn was how to turn my crackhead ideas into something that was good to listen to on radio.
Yeah.
Because I struggle so much with a coherent thought at the best of times. You've seen it in every campaign that I'm a player in. There's going to be a point in 2 to 3 episodes now of Wild Wild West where I'll post a clip of it when we get there. It's just me flapping my arms because my brain turned on for 4 seconds.
He did have 4 major revelations in the span of 25 minutes. It was very impressive.
And it's stuff like that keeps you in your touch. I talk with my hands. Kyle has said it in our group chat before. He knows I'm going to speak because I'll have a second beforehand to move my hands to speak.
I can hear it. You can hear it in the recording. You hear a...
Didn't know that, but okay. And it's especially for me, who's someone who's not really had an online presence, not really done. I've done streams before. I did one stream for mine and Kyle's birthday last year.
Oh shit! Yeah, that's right.
And maybe I've jumped on a stream with him before, but I've never really done a live stream showing doing this, talking to people who aren't there but are there. That it's just crazy how much can change in a year.
I think going back just a little bit as well, between what we learned a lot in the first 4 episodes, so the first 2 recordings of each show, how to change gears each week. That was a lot to learn. It's okay, that character, put him aside for a month. I need to start this next week getting into the gear of this next character that I need to play.
It was very evident.
It took us a little bit. I mean, we got now we're pretty good with it, but
I mean, episode 3 and 4 of Wild Wild West, I did 19 different accents.
Don't worry, I have brought it up continually since then.
Yeah.
It's my favorite running joke.
It is.
I'm going to blame the fact that I was ill during that recording, but when am I not ill?
I was going to say.
But yeah, that's... yeah. God, it's weird thinking about how long this has been and how far we've come. That's all that's going through my brain right now. But Odin, I hope that answered your question. Sorry for
then
the
a lot
ramble.
more.
Oh yeah,
Because
we were
rambled.
talking about season 2s at one point. Shit, yeah.
I'm gonna butcher this name. This is a friend of mine and Kyle's. This is Knife's. Maybe that's how.
David. Yeah, hi Chris.
This is the way This is the first wrong question that he put on, and it was, "Do you call eat eggs?"
What?
Yes. Next question.
I don't even know what he was trying
There's
to
the
ask.
answer.
Don't idea. No clue.
And then the next question by Chris was, who was the governor of Athens, the Athens location during the 1440s? You know what, Chris? I couldn't tell you, mate.
The Athens location. What? The Athens location of what? Chick-fil-A?
I'm going
That
to
will
say
come up later.
Julius
Like, are we
Caesar.
talking about? Are we talking about like Athens, Greece? Because that was
Caesar?
what, 1440s? That was like right before the Ottomans sieged Constantinople. So I guess it was the Byzantines.
There
At
you
least
go.
one of us
I
knows
don't
that
know,
stuff.
man. I just work here. Next
Thanks,
question.
Chris. We'll save Hale's other question. We got to be exclusive here. This is from Joe. Hi, Joe.
Hi Joe.
Hi,
Hey,
Joe.
Hey Joe.
What?
Hey, it's me. Did you see what I said just there? I didn't know Joe. Turns out I realized this when I woke up the next morning. Joe's my brother. So yeah, I was coming off of just not editing, but we had just recorded right before that, and I just wasn't thinking. But hey, bro, how are ya? Love ya. Sorry, it totally didn't make the connection. It was you. That's my bad.
What is your favorite color, and why isn't it yellow? Mine's
God,
purple.
I'm not gonna lie.
My favorite
I
color
fucking
is
hate
yellow. It's piss yellow. Thank you.
I hate yellow. Honestly, also purple. Like
Third for purple.
honestly, I grew up not knowing if I liked red or blue better, and just sort of wiffle waffling. And I'm like, purple. You just fucking combine them. It's the best of both. Like my sheets right now are like a deep. Well, my other sheets are like a deep royal purple.
It's the reason
My sheets
I
are
got
piss yellow.
It's the reason I got my initials like outlined with purple on the tattoo for the pod. That like I wasn't like they were like my tattoo art's like, do you want blue like the manly color? I was like, fuck no, I want purple.
Hey man, solid choice.
But yes, Joe, we do have one person whose favorite color is piss yellow. So
It's yeah. For the bit, it's piss yellow.
And three of us whose favorite colors are the like chromatically opposite of yellow.
Yeah,
True.
We got our first bees
question. The
one
mad
of,
lad who
one of
posted
6. Hi, Bees.
Hi, Bees.
So Bees asks, who would your Wild Wild West characters have as starting Pokemon?
Oh, fuck.
Oh, that is a good question.
Oh, that is a good question.
Slick. Oh, wait. Hold on. Slick
It would piss
definitely
boy out.
have...
That's for you, Riley.
Okay,
Piss boy.
that's fine. Got it. Done. Side up, actually, if you're wondering.
Honestly, that tracks. Who's like the best, like... Wait, no. Meowscarada, a magician.
Yeah.
I was thinking about it, and then I'm like, oh, this is a fucking no-brainer. Mudbray.
Duh.
I'm trying to think of both angry, big, strong Pokemon.
Rhydon.
Yeah.
Larvitar?
I don't know if... Probably Rhydon.
Primeape.
Oh, perfect.
Oh, yeah. It would be
Oh,
fucking
yeah, there it
Mankey.
is.
You'd have a fucking Mankey. Yeah. All right. Next question.
Are we going to skip Bees for a little bit?
Yeah, hop back to somebody else. Go back to the top.
We've got a few more questions. After
I said
Bees.
we missed all the bits. Let's go back to bits.
Yeah, we've got Bit put another question. And Joe put another question in. Joe put 2 more questions in. I don't know who Joe is, but
Joe,
hello.
sound off. Who are you in the Discord? Are you not in this? If you're not in the Discord,
they've got to be in the
fuck
Discord, right?
Not necessarily. We posted a thing. It could be.
Bit.
I have no idea.
This is other than the paragraph of questions Bit asked. But Bit, the number one, our first listener, by the way, and our first Patreon subscriber. Shout out to Bit.
Bit, absolute
Bit,
gem.
you make my life better.
God bless.
He asks, "What is our favorite set of dice?" Mine is 100%.
Yeah, your busted,
My busted
your loaded
ass.
fucking dice.
My loaded. I use these 2 dice in every game. One's metal and it has like krakens on it, and the other one's steampunk.
These are the ones I use for the show. They're actual like liquid core galaxy dice.
That's fucking
I got them because they look very similar to our logo, and then I went and I pen painted all of the numbers so that I could fucking see them because they weren't painted. Those dice roll like shit, by the way. They've done me wrong constantly, but I'm not going to not use them. Is that bone?
So I have a set, and I use the D6. I'm holding the D20. It's like you can't quite see it, but it's supposed to look like bone.
Okay, yeah, it looks like bone on the camera. You can't actually
translucent,
get bone dice.
oversized, sparkly pink, sharp edges, and then also the Dalmatian.
Nice.
Those are my favorites. The Dalmatian one always rolls like shit. The oversized, sparkly pink one is perfect. Although I did just roll them, and the Dalmatian one got a 6, and the big one got a 1. So I don't know. I guess I'm just wrong.
Let's do a couple of bits. They're quick questions.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go to the other set of not that set.
Oh, that's
of
right. That was a
responses.
solo. Yeah.
Give me a second. I've got them here somewhere. Okay. Oh, okay. He says, "Congrats on this accomplishment, you wonderful people. You guys have helped me through a lot, so thank you from the bottom of my heart."
Oh, thanks, Bit.
You are welcome,
Bit.
You're a
We love
cherished
you.
member of the team here.
Truly.
I think we've already, for the most part, answered this question. How have characters and campaigns changed from session 0 to current? Wild West.
Different
Mystery.
campaign.
Completely different campaign.
Completely different campaign.
I
rewrote it.
Axis and Allies has changed a lot. It hasn't changed a lot for you guys yet. But I have still to this day, the session we even just recorded, very little plans past what we do at any given time. So I still don't know what the end game is for that game.
I feel bad for both Kyle and Matt, because out of nowhere I'll just message him and go, "What if this is what Rex or Clyde?" I do this with Matt at least once a month. I'm not like where you're at in the story right now. Whole lot of shit's gonna change in the next couple episodes of North Sinnoh. We got to a point where I've just gone to Matt. Can we do this? I'm not going to tell you what I'm going to do, but can we do it?
Yeah, I'm looking back in our DMs from Monday. It's a surprise. I'm going to do a little bit of ad-libbing when we record. It'll be great.
Yeah.
That's all I get.
Tracks.
I don't think. Oh, where we're at personally with the campaigns for Final Hope.
Oh, where we are as of at this exact moment?
This one moment.
Yeah.
So
like
much
the
changed.
cliffhanger of the last episode of Final Hope? Yeah.
A lot has changed in that one episode. It wasn't going to change. just throwing that out there for 5 weeks' time from now. Yeah, fun.
I mean, I was just going to say for North Sinnoh, like the general idea is there, but like a lot of the like
specific
smaller things and like arcs, those have changed completely. Even from the first episode, when you guys left my like first mini boss in the fucking cave.
I forgot
because
about
this
him.
motherfucker rolled a 12
Storm.
on like busted metronome before we like nerfed it.
Fixed it
That,
a little bit.
like-
It's still busted, but it's better.
Hey, don't
What do you
hate
mean
the player.
Magma Storm's busted?
Don't hate the player.
Throws my fucking mini boss in like a cave. I was going to use him to have everybody like come together and like, you know, beat him in a Pokemon battle, and like, oh, it was going to be this like 3-on-1, but like you guys were going to come together and realize that, you know, with the power of friendship, like anything is possible. No, you guys just fucking rained
beat the
shit
out
down
of
on him
using the power of friendship.
To be fair, we did, because all three of us used our Pokemon to attack him.
Him,
all right, you know what?
personally,
Fair. But look, all I gotta say, and I feel like all y'all have heard me say this probably 1 billion times, but your actions have consequences.
It's the same for everybody, dude. Don't worry. We'll keep them coming. Anything you expected the players to do, but they completely ignored or did something different?
Yes.
I'm assuming,
Yeah. Everything. To be totally honest, like the first 4 sessions of my game, just a fucking wash. What did they accomplish? Murder. Senseless violence. Any investigation? Absolutely
he made a
fucking
boy piss
not.
himself. You know, that was a high achievement.
Thankfully, it's a different game now.
When we play
We're good.
Wild Wild West, Rye gives us the option of turn left or right, and we go, "Nah, we're walking straight forward."
Yeah, it's fine.
Why go through the cornfield when we can just go through the cornfield? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason that I have such intricate lore, and it's so that I can accommodate whatever crazy bullshit they come up with without derailing the plot that's going on in the background.
Yeah, fair. For me,
Yeah,
because this is going to come out after Final Hope 8.
Maybe.
Potentially.
We'll see. If we get 50 plays in the next week, which I doubt.
Well, I mean,
so
Final Hope
will.
comes out in 2 days. So.
Oh, yeah, Final Hope. I thought you said North Sinnoh.
Yeah, I did at first.
Okay. No, we're good. Yeah.
And Final Hope, in that session, I gave them the option to go to a place called the Crimson Citadel, which had a character called, which my friend, by the way, made this character called Tina the Sex Goblin.
That reminds me.
Spencer finds the Tina the Sex Goblin Hooters calendar.
Yeah.
At the end of episode 8, and you know, if they would have gone there, we would have seen what the Whisper Wind could have done, because I had all that. I 100% expected them to derail the whole quest and not go and do it. That's why I planned so much.
My favorite thing of that entire recording session, because that was the first episode we recorded that day, you spent 20 minutes setting up this Whisper Wind and how bad it was. And then 2 minutes into the next episode,
experience it.
Yeah, 2 minutes into the next episode, it didn't happen. You're good.
Well, I know what kind of players you guys are, and it's normally we'll do the dumb thing and go to a place we get told not to go to. But no, you used logic for the first time
You
ever.
have 2 fucking suck-ups in that campaign. Who?
That is true.
Spencer.
And to be fair,
Spencer would go off the rails, but the boys would not.
Final Hope 7-8 secured me best NPC voice of the year.
2025.
Truly.
2025.
I will say a scene that they missed in Axis and Allies was the alternate scene at the pool at the lake.
I'm still fucking mad at you.
We're all pissed.
It was mentioned very briefly at the beginning of the last episode, but yeah, if Ace hadn't gone in the water and had just sat by the water, Lizette was gonna go for a skinny dip in there before. So we missed out on seeing.
We missed out on seeing hot.
We missed
Asian
out
titties.
on Kyle describing hot titties to us.
Yeah,
Kyle,
which, honestly,
this is your game.
In the scheme
you
of
can
things,
literally do that whenever you want.
You made the wrong choice. You made the wrong choice.
You can cut us off in the middle of whatever we're doing to say, "Oh yeah, and by the way, Lizette's taking a shower."
Nope, we can't do that.
We're still there, all right? We're still in the area, all right? We haven't left yet.
Anything for you that we missed, Matt?
No, I feel like you guys have done
surprisingly thorough. in Norsino.
Yeah, it's the one where all the
Yeah.
brain cells vibrate perfectly, so we actually get
Yeah.
Well, that's because Riley's actually playing a smart character, so she didn't actually use her intelligence.
none of my characters have any brains.
No, I feel like y'all have done pretty closely to what I've expected. I think there's been some small things that have thrown me, but for the most part, and granted, I feel like I don't want to say railroading, but like I'm kind of pointing you from place to place.
Well, we need to.
And there hasn't.
Yeah.
It's the
there hasn't
nature of
been
the show.
Yeah. But so far, you guys have been doing for the most part what I'm expecting you guys to do. You're taking the plot hooks that I'm throwing for you. Which
this
is
reminds
nice.
me, in this episode of Final Hope that comes out in 2 days. Wow, Matt and I are incredibly stupid. Rye, you had the clues exactly right from the very beginning.
I know.
We were the most
No.
stupid. I was listening to it and I'm like,
remember.
I didn't think of this in the moment, but
the
my
Bobbert
God,
voice,
we were
pretty
stupid
hard to
as
understand.
shit. Like,
and for all you guys out there, I'm not going to post
pillars
those
of the
riddles.
community.
I was locked in.
You were so right. And then we solved it because you were just like, fuck it, I'm gonna do this thing, you guys are dumb. And it was right. And I'm just like, all right,
Also,
well, I
Matt,
guess
just for Matt here, because I'm wanting to figure out this with you. You've got alien Dramamine and a weird green liquid that you still have in your inventory that you haven't used yet.
You missed this last week now because when we were sitting talking, but he was looking at a sheet and he's like, what is this green bottle? And I'm like, I just edited.
I'm hanging on to those.
We'll do 2 more from Bit so we can get a couple more out.
Yeah.
We'll do the one as well that's targeted specifically at me.
Yeah, if you want your questions answered, join our Patreon.
Yeah, or if you have just general questions that
we have a
ruin
Q&A.
anything,
We have a general
in
Q&A in each of our Discords. So
yeah.
So let's see. Okay, this is a good question that we can answer. Are all the campaigns just the same 2.5 people in different points of the multiverse, thus the Multiverse Collective? I don't think, me personally, I don't think they are.
they're not They're not the same people. I don't want to give away too much, but they're not the same people. Yeah.
Yeah, I personally don't think they are.
We'll just do a no asterisk on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's some nuance, but it's...
See, I feel like this one's aimed directly at me and Rye. How often are you guys fully sober for these?
Oh, God.
50% of the time.
I have to work tomorrow.
Yeah.
I ain't drinking on a school night.
Yeah,
Usually I'm
50% of the
mostly
time.
sober.
You had wine that one time.
Yeah, except when we made you glug wine straight from the bottle.
when we were laughing so long that you had time to get up and get a new bottle of wine.
Yeah, I don't remember the context for that, but I do
that was
remember
the
it
father.
happening.
The father.
Oh yeah, that was
the father.
Yeah.
Son. Father.
Father.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't drink every week, but I often do.
Yeah, I have. If you look, how do cameras work?
Are you casting a spell? What the fuck?
If you look on my you look there on like underneath where my charges are. Fucking hell, I can't make me bear and like here.
No, this
That
is really funny,
4-pack.
honestly.
That is a 4-pack of beers right there that I was going to drink for this recording. But I am unwell, and it's not a wise idea.
I don't drink a ton. The last time that I showed up to a session, I got way too high, and I could not speak.
And then the question aimed at me: are beans on toast real? They are real. They're amazing. Heinz beans on buttered toast with a bit of cheese on them. Class, mate, class. And if so, why? Because I know there's another couple British listeners out there. If you're born on a council estate, beans on toast, cheap, reliable meal, and it's filling. And you know what? It tastes good. I don't care what all you Americans like think with all your highly sugared foods. This is real food. This is actual beans in tomato sauce on bread
It's
with
Heinz.
butter.
It's
He says this.
It's not even the
He
good
says this.
beans.
Don't disrespect Heinz. Heinz
Niall is
one.
coming to the States at some point. I'm going to take his ass to a Waffle House, and I will show him how you can have real food and not have it be fucking beans on toast.
Hey, look. I make money now. I'm a senior technician at my job. I don't have to eat beans on toast all the time. But it's a nostalgic food. It's, as I say, it takes.
Oi, governor, let me get the beans on toast.
If you can buy beans on toast from anywhere other than a cafe, do not eat beans on toast there. That is my one tip for anybody traveling to the UK. Don't do it. It's not worth the food poisoning that you'll get from the place that you go in. Who else? Do we want to do? We'll do Hale's next question.
Yeah, I'm curious.
Hail it, Joe, and then we'll knock out a couple bees questions because there's so many.
Yeah, and then we've all put questions in. I feel like this can be a bit of a longer episode. If we just roll,
I'm solid for another like 45 minutes.
This is
so
my Saturday night.
I got some time.
And you know, Riley, you would rather not be spending it with us, but we're here taking your time anyway.
I'll eat dinner after. Don't even worry about it.
You've come with the exact vibes we asked for.
Yeah.
Hungry.
What one episode she
hungry.
came and ate beforehand. She was giddy. She was hyper. She didn't have the same wise cracking remark. Honestly,
I wasn't vaguely irritated going into it, so I wasn't a sarcastic bitch, is what he's saying.
I was trying to be polite, but Hale's next question is: they asked, "Fancy gala, masquerade ball. What do your characters wear?" And I am yelling, but I am not going to yell because it is 2:20 in the morning, and I'm not. My mum's asleep, literally like 5-6 feet in that direction.
God, that's a lot of characters to go through. A masquerade ball.
It's easy for all three of my characters because they all share the same brain cell. They'll wear what they're wearing now.
Yeah, that tracks.
Arthur, trench coat, his cowboy hat, like rancher
I imagine
pants.
he looks like a less homosexual Orville Peck.
Yeah, that. Clyde, Rangers levels, a hood, pants, boots, daggers, the lot. Rex, just a mess. Just honestly a mess.
So he got like a pair of pantyhose over his head with eyes cut out for the mask.
Maybe after a couple drinks, it wouldn't surprise me.
Slick, I think, would be like, of all the characters, like the most dressed up for the ball, for masquerade specifically. He'd be in like the New Orleans finest at that point. God, Murphy, what the fuck would Murphy wear? Murphy wouldn't go.
You think with a friend like Spencer, he wouldn't be going to the masquerade?
Oh, you're
ball?
right. Fuck. You're so right.
Yeah, he'd be going.
Murphy,
he would be in a
like
suit that was the wrong
yeah.
size, though.
100% hand-me-down suit.
Oh, that's like 3 sizes too big.
Dude, yes, that's so good. Yeah, it's his. Oh God, it's his dad's old suit.
It's powder blue.
I can't even say anything.
The shirt has ruffles.
Yeah.
Oh
my God, yes, it's got
70s. A 70s
you know what it is?
disco.
It's the fucking
I wore that
Seinfeld puffy shirt.
Yep.
There we go.
Oh,
I
God.
imagine the conversation too. Murphy's like, "Oh, geez, I don't want to wear this," and Murphy's mom is just like, "Oh, come on, honey, it looks good on you."
And then Brutus is just the bouncer. He's just in a fucking tux. I don't know why. I always imagine Brutus in just a suit as like and dark sunglasses. It totally doesn't fit the campaign, but in my mind, that's what he's wearing.
Fair.
I think Max and Ace both are probably going to wear some sort of like Well, no, Ace is gonna wear his dress blues, I would imagine.
Yeah.
I think Max would probably just wear like a pretty standard tuxedo, maybe like little pop of color on the bow tie, but probably pretty standard.
Like 4
Meanwhile,
buttons undone?
Itchy would walk in with a whole fucking Dolly Parton rhinestone cowgirl, like a pink,
It's
like a
full
pink suit
Liberace.
jacket. It's just all bejeweled with like a giant, like, I'm imagining kind of like a sombrero with just like all sorts of like diamonds and shit just like hanging from it.
Tracks so well.
Like Itchy would be the disco ball.
Yep.
And I think Evander would be showing up in like a 2010s, like a modern, like a no.
Cadillac.
Evander would be wearing the Daft Punk, like the helmet.
Mm-hmm.
I can see it.
Right.
Would
we gotta get Riley's answers.
Yeah, sorry, my brain just turned off for a second.
I want to know what Spencer would wear.
Spencer is just using this as an excuse to show off her arms. Like, that's the only part of this that matters. It's probably some sort of
like a muscle
suit,
tee.
but yeah, it's a muscle tee.
A
but
suit,
like,
but with ripped.
Exactly. Yeah, with ripped arms. I was considering that she might wear like the tuxedo shirt cut into a muscle tee. That's also a distinct possibility. Cordelia also dress blues. She has no idea how to dress herself. This is like the best that she can possibly do. And Guinan's mom dressed her, so she looks like she looks very uncomfortable and like somebody's poodle that they've just like taken to the groomers against the poodle's will.
It makes sense.
Makes
sense. Thank you, Hale, for your lovely questions. This is
Thanks,
back
Hale.
to Bees. This Bees asks, what's the funniest moment you've had since starting to record TMC? Boy, you want one?
Yeah, honestly,
I don't even know.
I
episode
think
8 of Final Hope was just
episode 8
degenerate.
of Final
I would
Hope.
say this is a container for soup. Got me probably harder than anything else in the entire campaign has gotten me.
I think the most consistently funny thing is the entire second half of Final Hope 8. I think the one that was the most surprising, going back to it, was just Father.
Oh, 100% Father.
It was such an instant
Honestly,
joke. Oh my
Kyle had to
god!
put out like 4 minutes of
I seriously cut a lot of laughter on that one. It was rough. Oh my god!
Yeah, that was
so funny.
That was a good time. Oh, but we did. That was when we did make Riley drink.
Yeah, I finished the wine that was in my glass. I got up and left and opened a new bottle of wine that I was not planning on drinking.
And you can see it in the episode too. We're all still laughing, and she just like opens another bottle of wine, and that gets us going. That gets us going for round 2.
But yeah, Final Hope 8, man. Holy shit. God,
Yeah,
is it funny.
I can't remember everything we've recorded since then, but I'm sure there's other funny moments. The next episode of Wild Wild West has the best line I've ever delivered as Arthur.
Yeah.
That was a good one. See, in North Sinnoh, I just remember the more emotionally devastating parts of.
So we haven't had. I think the only really. We've had a couple funny moments. That we had Guinan's stories, which are obviously very funny.
Oh yeah, always funny.
And then I think the entire Baby Bjorn bit with the "I'm with Stupid" T-shirt.
That was.
I think was really funny as well.
That was class.
That was another good one.
That was a good one.
And then in
I had
AA,
forgotten that I committed.
the only funny moment I can remember is Cordelia ripping into Ace about following a fucking squirrel.
Yeah,
because that just made me fucking lose my shit when she shouted at him about it.
I say we've laughed a lot in AA, but I can't think of any like specific solid really good moment.
You see, the thing for you guys, this is like current. It's rolling. For us, that was filmed in February.
This is months
8
ago.
was filmed in
This is months
January.
ago.
January
yeah.
we filmed the episode that comes out in 2 days. Like,
I've been thinking about that thermos for 5 months.
Yeah.
The next question from Bees is: what celebrity would you love to have as a guest on the show? UGM. We've had
Chapel round. Next question.
I'm going to be the soppy
Seconded.
guy. I'm going to be the soppy guy. We've had celebrities on, bro. We had Hale. We've had Cameron.
Yeah.
Cameron out of your ass, and fucking episode 3 or 4, whatever the fuck that was, the Final Hope was a shock to the system.
Yeah, it really caught us by surprise.
I've said this in the Discord before, but that was we recorded with Cameron in December,
Mm-hmm.
and I was holding on to Cameron being on the show and none of them knowing it since July the same year, and I said nothing to any of them. And then one day I was just like, I sent Kyle a voice clip. I was like, I just need you to put this in the episode at the end, or play it when we're recording. And he was like, all right, yeah, so whatever. And then he was so upset that he had to find out who it was before everybody else. But yeah, and we've got some cool celebrity guests coming on in the next couple episodes, so keep your nose to the
you
ground.
guys don't even know about my next guest.
No, she literally has said we'll find out about it when whoever it is joins the call.
Yeah, that
Like, all right,
is the
cool.
scariest
That'll be
shit.
wild.
That is the scariest shit
fun?
Rye can say, because
I don't know why
I
you're
don't know what
scared.
Rye's going to say 90% of the
afraid.
time. Never mind
Aw.
when she goes, someone's just going to join randomly in the call. What? But also, the next couple episodes of the episodes that are coming out on the timeline, we may have guests.
The next series of Final Hopes and the next series of
Wild West, yeah.
Wild West.
We have guests.
Mhm.
We have
Celebrity guests. Like, to us, the celebrities. If you asked people outside of our community if these people have said celebrities, they may say no. But having Cameron on was
They're
like
wrong.
me asking fucking Chadwick Boseman or Chris
What is
Evans or
Who are these
like
people?
it's like asking James Bond to sit on the couch with you. You know, it's just like someone.
I understood that reference.
Chadwick Boseman's Black Panther, Chris Evans Captain America.
Chadwick Boseman's also dead. R.I.P. He was amazing.
Rest in peace.
Rip.
But we have now the connections we have with the people that we didn't expect to. I didn't expect to have connections. I don't know about you guys, but like,
it's
insane.
The network we have now is crazy.
It's awesome.
I'm apparently going to be a guest on another podcast, and they announced it on the last episode of the podcast, and I didn't even know. So, you know, when that happens, you just roll with it.
Yeah.
Who we got? We got another Joe.
We'll do this one more bees question because I feel like this is is a good one. Do you think that the IRL human version of you, could beat up any of the characters you play one-on-one in fisticuffs? No.
Yeah, I could beat the shit out of Guinan.
I could rock Murphy's World.
I intentionally made the most busted people I could in every campaign. A man who uses portals, not a chance of getting close to him. A man who's 6'4" and built like a brick shithouse, not getting close to him.
Yeah,
a guy who got
Spencer would
trained
kill
by
me. Cordelia would kill me.
Brutus
Mentally.
would murder me.
Physically, I could probably beat up Itchy. I don't think that's how it would go, though.
Nah, neither do I.
No, Murphy wouldn't even know what hit him.
Uh,
But maybe he would, though. Honestly, he trains. Honestly, no. I think Murphy would kick my ass because he's trained in martial arts.
Murphy also like our Final Hope characters regularly take blows from like continent level threats.
Yeah, no, I don't think I could. I take that back. I think if it was like Nerd Murphy before the show, probably, maybe, but he's still like, I don't know. Probably not.
But I feel like that would only be because Murphy doesn't realize that he can't
fight until before the show. Yeah.
Okay, 2 Joe questions, quick fire questions. You ready? Joe asks, will my pet gerbil be okay? Just ate some really old soup. I'm not a vet. Can't
Depends on the
answer your
kind of
question.
soup, man.
Yeah, it'll
it's
be
probably
fine.
It probably. I mean, those things will drop dead just by looking at them wrong. So honestly,
true.
probably not.
Did you
Get
ever
your
eat the
affairs in
purple
order.
ketchup before it got cancelled? And if not, what
Yes.
colours would you
Yes.
prefer to? I can't remember. I'm not going to lie to you.
You
I've
probably
eaten a
didn't
lot of
have them.
food.
It was a very 90s
ketchup.
American thing. The Shrek green and then
Shrek
the
green,
purple.
baby.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's not. Ketchup's,
Shrek's
I'm
up.
going to be honest, not one of my favourite condiments.
Wrong. Wrong answer.
Can't answer that question, Bees, because that will reveal too much.
Well, what's the question? I still want to know.
What was the
What's
question?
the question?
Say you finish the game you all run and tie up all the loose ends and have a wonderful finale. What's the next type of game you'd run? Or are you done
Can't
after
say.
the campaign ends?
Oh no,
No, we're not
No,
finishing.
we're
We're
not
not
done.
No.
You're stuck with us now, motherfuckers.
I mean, we've talked a lot about different, me and B specifically, like in his shows network. I've talked a lot about the different kinds of games I'd run. Really, just pulling from different '90s cartoons would be really fun settings. But
Right, so then we've just got the cast questions now. Are you ready?
All right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's
let's
go.
do it.
This one's from Mommy.
Yeah, nice.
We all know who that is. Was the Chick-fil-A worth it, Matthew?
I learned a lot about myself that night. The short answer is yes. The long answer is yes, and I realized that I'm straight.
That I think is all the information that the listeners need.
We don't
Thank
need
you
any more
very much.
information than that. This one's from You Already Fucking Know. That's from
oh
Matt.
my god!
Right, we've got 3 questions here. We're going to quick fire them.
Fuck me.
Oh no, this is one question. If you had to be,
Hard pass. Thank you, Kyle.
if you had to be in a
God.
moderately bad situationship for a standard college year, college school year with 3 people from history dead or alive at their prime, who would you pick and why?
Wait, I'm
Moderately
sorry.
bad. You both low-key hate each other, and the arguments can get a little heated at times. But the sex is great, and y'all have great banter. Neither of you are actively shitty to each other in any kind of dangerous way. You have to stay with them for a full term, August till May, and spend at least one holiday break in its entirety at either of your homes. Assume that in this scenario, family is functional enough that you won't be completely miserable. But
Okay.
there's still going to
Oh
be
my
some table
god,
talk
this is
from
like the
Mimo.
most intense homework assignment I've ever gotten.
What? Okay, so we need to
Person
pick
from
2 people
history,
from
dead or
history,
alive?
right?
Is that what
2?
you said?
You said 2 people, right?
One person from history, dead or alive. Initially, it was going to be roommates, which is why I said 3, but you pick one.
Okay.
Okay, great.
From
1.
history.
Got it. Done. Vivian Lee. Full stop.
Ooh.
That's all we need to know. Fair enough.
Yeah.
My answer, Catherine the Great.
That's funny. I
That's
was thinking
fair.
Cleopatra. I don't
I
know
was
why.
on the same road. Helen of Troy. If she had a war going for 10 years, that pussy's got to be fired. That's all I'm going to say.
That's actually very fair. I was going with Vivian Lee because that hot, crazy scale balances out, and y'all know exactly what that means.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Yep.
Secret admirer again, Matt. We've already answered that question. Never mind, because B's
What was
asked
the
it.
question? What did I ask?
What celebrity would you want on the podcast?
Oh, yeah.
This is from Kyle, and this is his fake question that he wants me to read verbatim because I'm apparently a whore. I didn't do any vocal exercises before this. So. Have you ever had a dream that you had your you could you'll do you want you could do so you'll do you could you want them to do you so much you could do anything?
Yes.
No.
All I have to say to that is, why do they call it oven when you in the cold food of out hot eat the food?
Okay.
Next question.
This one's specifically for Riley from Kyle. How much of the original storyline for West do you still have in play? And what can you share with the audience about the original plotline that was going to be before we got them fucked up with demons and shit?
Honestly, I didn't have to change a single thing from what originally happened. I just added demons and sort of expanded the conspiracy, like, bigger.
A lot.
Great.
Yeah. Yeah, I turned
Nice.
it from, like, government corruption to, like, demons.
I just love the original concept of Scooby-Doo, but the horse is Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, I also loved that. But here we are. Demon-infested Texas.
Yeah. This one's from me. How does it feel to know that people are enjoying listening to us on a weekly basis?
Shocking.
Unreal. It's
Yes.
awesome.
Humbling.
Surreal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy that we're in a position where we're doing a fucking queue and people are asking us questions about make-believe shit that we've all written.
Yeah.
And it's not just us.
Yeah.
No,
the fact that
it's
people
not.
ask, like, I was so nervous talking about a Q&A, like, man, people ain't gonna ask us shit. I mean, especially because we've got the Q&As, we answer questions all the time. Like, everybody knows everything at this point. It's like, oh God, it's not gonna work out well. And the fact that we got this many questions is,
We
I'm
filled
truly
an hour
honored.
with this.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's humbling.
And we've got one more question from the humble mummy here. Boys, did you expect your Wild Wild West pocket episodes to get that intense? Or was it a surprise?
I was chilling. I was big
I
chilling.
was going to say, yeah.
Yeah,
Chill.
Kyle's was fine.
I expected something of the sort when we were like, oh, it's going to be back in time. You're going to be with your wife and your son. I wasn't expecting to get emotional about make-believe characters. I'm not going to lie to you.
I knew that it was going to be the backstory for Itchy, and like I knew there was going to be some trauma there. The shooting Evander thing, that was completely off the cuff. Like, that was not discussed. I did not have that in my head. I was just like, well, this feels like the next logical thing to do.
I had no plan for you doing that too.
Like, when Kyle was editing that episode and he was like, does this sound better or this sound better? And it was the gunshot sound. I had to relive that trauma 4 more times.
Yeah, I saw a lot of takes of that. That took a lot of tweaking to get.
But
which of these is the most emotionally devastating to you?
Yeah, that's the worst part, because
Yeah,
you know
which gunshot makes your feelings hurt the most. You found the right one.
Don't get me wrong, my pocket episode, it is emotionally devastating. Riley will tell you I had to stare at the crack between my monitors so I didn't cry during the whole thing. But like, listening to the shortest of the 3, by the way, of Itchies.
Oh, God, pound for pound.
Boy, when I tell you, I was not
shocked. Expecting that. Yeah, honestly, I knew, because obviously Riley and I had talked a lot about what mine was going to be. I didn't expect how tragic y'all's was going to be. I was like, oh yeah, man. The saddest thing about me is I grew up on the streets without parents. Well, I got this cool shit going on. I got this cool group. I figured you guys would be all along the same lines. I didn't. I was
Arthur
not
comes
expecting
along,
that.
an orphan who lost his family, who then again loses his family.
Yeah.
I don't think we have any more questions. No, I don't think we do. Unless you want to answer any more of Bees' questions.
But, I mean, does he have any that we can knock out real quick? Any more no asterisks?
Let me go to Bees.
Otherwise, we can wrap it up.
Last one. How does it feel to hit such an impressive milestone? Surreal.
Once again, surreal. Yeah.
Crazy, humbling.
We hit traction maybe 3 months ago. We had one day where our listenership spiked like 40 in one day. We were just like, what in the fuck? And then it
that
maintained
was crazy.
Like that.
It was a crazy day.
Pretty high for a while. It slowed down a little bit now as everybody's sort of caught up, but that's to be expected.
Understandable.
But yeah. No, like it's obviously everybody isn't starting from the very beginning again. But yeah, just that point where just that traction hit, it's like, holy shit. Where did you come from? Who are you people?
Yeah, to have so many of you.
We have this one guy in Russia who listened at one point.
Dude, yeah, we had one listener in Russia. I will say, I don't know if he is. Joe, if you are our single, very diligent Irish listener who we've had since almost the very beginning, shout out to you. We've had one dude maintaining our listenership in Ireland. I don't know who the fuck it is, But if that's you, man, join our Discord because I want to meet you. You are
Or
Yeah.
Joe,
a fucking
if
hero.
it's
You've been
Joe,
around
the old
since
editor.
early.
Hi, Joe.
That's why I said if that's Joe. If it's the Joe, I don't know.
Hit me up, bro. We'll go for a beer. I'm not seeing you in a while.
Yeah. Whoever our one listener is in Ireland, sound off. Or if your Spotify is set to Ireland.
Yeah. Please tell us because we're really intrigued.
Yes, because you've been around since like the first couple episodes.
We have so many questions.
We do. Honestly, I have never had more questions in my life. But that's it. We got through pretty much every question. And the other ones I'll send to you and we can answer in the Q&A.
Yeah, we can. If there's any other questions, any runoff, anybody missed the thing, just pop into our Discord, man.
There's 2 questions from Bit that we can answer in the Q&A.
Okay.
And that's it. But yeah, fucking hell. Q&A, everybody.
Hey, first one. I'm sure we'll do another one when we get to the point where we are now in our stories and everybody's like, what the fuck have you done with these characters?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you now, I'm not answering any questions. You can't make me answer any questions.
Just thank you all so much for doing this with us. You are the biggest part of what we do.
And seriously, thank you to the support for all of our, like, the network of podcasts that has, Roaring Trainers, Laughs and Loot, Digiverse, all of the Across the Plains, like, they've all just sort of taken us and just lifted us up. And it's been not something I ever expected. Starting a podcast is a daunting task, especially trying to get anybody to start and just having people say, hey, listen to this show. It's pretty good. Like that. It's amazing.
And before we go, can we just get thank yous to Kyle? Because before this, we had no editor.
Oh my God, seriously, Kyle, what you've done
in the 9 months we've been doing this, he's turned into a fucking world-class editor.
I have watched hours of YouTube videos trying to figure out how to make it sound a microcosm better that nobody even notices, and I'm just like, I can hear
we
it.
Notice.
But for Cameron from the Roaring Trainers, who edits theirs to go, bro. To say that Kyle is a fucking amazing editor,
I mean,
an already amazing editor, like we got lucky with this guy.
This motherfucker is his job, and he honestly, a lot of like the really good things I got really early on, he just sort of sent me. He's like, hey, just so you know, like these are some tips, especially with like how to balance the music and stuff, where to drop the frequencies and shit. Never would have thought of it, and you can tell when like things like episode 3 or 4 hits. I figure out, hey, if you drop these frequencies, you can hear voices over music, and it makes so much fucking sense. And it changed the entire game. But yeah, I like doing it. It's fun.
And we can't thank you enough for that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Seriously.
I'll keep doing it, man. Keep doing it. God, we have so much. I'm just excited. Like, I'm powering through what we have because I want to get to the shit we've recorded recently. Like, I'm like, we're doing some pretty good shit now. And I'm like, God damn it, man. I just want to, like, I want to get to editing the episode we just recorded because I think I can do some really fun stuff with the music. But it's so far away. It's so far away.
Yeah. We really, like, we're on like episode 8 of the cycle. Once we hit like 10, like, I think 10 for all of ours, that's where shit really hits the fan.
Oh yeah,
and
because
I cannot
that's
wait.
where we took a break. None of you are gonna know that, but we took a month break.
It was like
we took several months breaks. We took a month break in December, and we just took another month and a half break. It was almost 2 months. It was a month and 3 weeks.
But like, you think you remember everything from the sessions you did previously? Nope.
Yeah, there'll be a point. We got to spin our wheels a little bit, getting back into it, but we picked it up, and that'll come out in editing. It'll be fine. But
again, because I know people have things to do. Thank you, everybody, for listening to us and getting us to this point.
We literally wouldn't be doing it without you. I mean, I'm sure that we would still be doing this at some point, even if nobody listened. But I don't know how much of it would be an actual broadcasted thing, or how much of it would just be our games. But just people enjoying our shit is the fuel that
it pushes us forward
every week. Yeah,
it's I mean, it's one thing to play with such a talented group of people, but to know that there are people on the other side, like, listening and enjoying to this, that's like, there's nothing else like it. It's awesome.
Final thoughts. Join our Patreon, even free tier. If you pay with anything $5 or more, you can see us all like you can now. You can get all the
And you
behind the
can
scenes
watch
stuff that we talked
lesbians.
about. You can
Oh yeah,
watch.
thirsty sword
Which
You can
lesbians.
watch
I need you
lesbians.
guys to hold me to getting the rest of lesbians edited, because I was thinking about that yesterday. I'm like, I said I was going to try and release an episode of that a month, and that was like a month and a half ago.
Also,
So
go to our
Hey, edit
Redbubble.
the lesbians.
You see that beautiful poster behind Kyle's face
yes,
there?
yes.
I designed that for
He
this
did.
group.
I have another one right down there.
Yeah, he has two. We sell them. I sell them online. We sell
Hats.
stickers.
We have hats. We will have mugs as of this next weekend, hopefully.
Yeah,
Like
I'll make
this
Those mugs
style.
are really
That's not
nice.
ours, but it will be this a 40-ounce tumbler mug. We're gonna be.
Other posters will come soon. I've had a lot of shit going on
When you
recently.
get, when you get back to your
drawing's not the top of my mind at the moment, but I will. There'll be a poster for each campaign, and maybe I'm throwing in a secret poster. Who knows?
And you know,
Yeah, and
Hey,
if you're in the
once we get a,
Patreon, you also get dibs on joining the pop-up games that we sometimes run.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
we just did.
Mhm.
We did another Ho and Vice. Well, not another. We did the first Ho. Second for
technically.
us, but for as far as the show goes, the first one with Odin and Noodle.
And if you join the $20 a month tier, but if we
Care
get enough
packages?
traction, we're going to do
Yeah.
care packages, and it's going to be sick. I don't know how
We have-
logistics work in America.
We have
but it's gonna be
ideas,
sick.
but we don't have anybody doing it. So
we have two professional chefs on our like
I wouldn't say
of
I'm
the
a
four of
professional.
us. You were
We
at
have
one
one.
point.
I was a chef at one point, yes, but you know, we still call Rye the professional here. I'm just an imitator.
Hoser.
So I don't know. You'll get food. You'll get recipes. You'll get handwritten love notes from a character of your choice, or maybe not of your choice. It's going to be itchy either way.
Consensual or non-consensual love notes.
And
that is something
you-
I
you-
would pay
you may
$20
get-
a month for.
you may get lore notes if you like wanted to see the lore for behind some of the episodes that we've done. You potentially get them.
Maybe when when Wild West season is ended, we need to get a hard copy of.
Yeah, we need to make
Riley's
it a book.
Yeah.
I want a
Yeah,
copy
I
of
live-
on my chef.
You're over 70 at this point, right?
Yeah, over 70, and it is meticulously organized.
I want to see
The
it.
That's a
production
fucking
value is
manuscript
there.
right there.
Yeah,
That's a
We're
manifesto.
in talks with Michael Bay. We're in talks with Michael Bay for the movie.
I do know a director.
Yeah, you know so many people.
I know so many
But-
people in so many high places, but that's a conversation for another time. But yeah,
Anyway.
thank you.
Anyway,
Thank you all.
Thank you, everybody.
Love you, miss you, hags.
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 Hags.